Hey, Christina.
Hi, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing
You
all
did you
right.
did okay. You're not near the fires, right?
Actually, I am.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, we had but I'm pretty south enough that I'm not as affected, but we
Okay.
still get the ashes and the
Oh
bad
yeah, yeah,
air
yeah,
quality. Yeah,
yeah.
we had an alert once, and then it turned out to be a false alarm. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think you probably answered most of my questions with Lali.
Well,
But
I'm
I'm
glad,
gonna,
I'm glad you're doing better and for some reason I thought you were more south of Astara, so I was like, because we were going through like the list of people that we knew
yeah.
and yeah, God, that has to be craziness. Val was saying, the one that is in the office at Astara. And I think she went through a couple of tennis shoes, couple pairs of tennis shoes because they
Oh,
were
wow.
so covered in ash and dirt and grit, and it's
Oh
just
my
nuts.
goodness.
So I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes east of downtown LA. So we're
Oh, I thought you were in the other direction.
no,
Oh wow, so you were
no.
really super close.
Well, close enough. Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple times where we thought of just getting ready, you
Right.
know. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys are okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So given the situation, we wanted to open up our center for free sessions, free healing
Mhm.
sessions for firefighters and first responders and people that are affected.
Okay.
And I was wondering if there may be like one or two, maybe three oils that I can have on hand at the center for people to kind of,
So the
you know,
thing, because we were talking this out, like like things we want to do, like as everything calms down. At first we were wanting to send stuff out to people, but too many distractions, and we didn't want to be a distraction.
mm,
And so I would say that there's a couple things that I was thinking out of, just like bare bones for people out there.
well,
Uh,
can I say, I just wanted to say that the clients that I deal with, they have no energy background and
right.
no essential oil background.
That's
So
the
this
way
would
we
be
were
like the
trying.
general public. Right,
We
right,
were
right.
trying to approach it like if I was going to give it to some of my family members.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're gonna make funny faces and go, and then inhale it, and then they get all relaxed and they're like, what am I doing? Like
Yeah.
so the couple of things that I would say is one, and we're going to send a bunch out to several people, but we're going to send a bunch of Eucalyptus globulus. Um, and so you were on that list where, just hand it out to people that and we just want to help however we can with the fire. And so we're going to do it from Astara, several people that we know down there. We're just going to send them bags of the Eucalyptus globulus. And that would be to detoxify the lungs because of all the smoke and all the stuff in the air. And there's different kinds of eucalyptus, but globulus, which is just the standard eucalyptus, is the best thing to use for that. There's fancy things that you could kind of do. I don't know that they work any better, and it's limiting because of the cost and something like this, where eucalyptus, you know, we're just going to get it out to a bunch of you guys and just have you hand it out and just help whoever you can with it. And then the other thing was marjoram. And the reason for the marjoram is, for when it's transmuting to the body, and it's good for spasms, and people, I'm sure, were overexerting and lifting and sleeping in weird places, and so they're going to have like aches and pains and spasms and sprains and strains. Marjoram's good for all of that, but one of the things that marjoram's really good at is pulling you out of like fight flight mode, defense mode. And I can't even imagine the level of being in fight flight or defense of, being in an area that's so impacted by a fire like that. And, you know, those two would be very straightforward. They'd be very practical. Um, and you could help a lot of people with just not even patterns, just inhaling one, then inhaling the other. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy.
Yeah, well, a lot of them
There's
are
going to come a
start,
point where you're going to have to treat a lot of PTSD, but
yeah.
like that's,
Well, I'll send them to you, but
well, we were even talking about like doing like a special recording for the
mm,
PTSD kits and things, and like, just people are going to be impacted by that. And different people will handle it in different ways, but as it starts to arise and need and people asking, it's usually going to be a couple months before people start looking at that kind of stuff. They got too many things to do right now. So like, when that starts to be a thing, we'll do some sort of little thing where we guide people through like a kind of an in-depth treatment for PTSD with things like that. We've done it in some of the other areas, but those fires were a little extra crazy,
mm.
you know. Yeah.
Well, thank you for all the free
Yeah.
gifts that you've been giving
Thank you.
us. It feels like Christmas every time I get something from you. And I also, if I may, I wanted to open up our free healing sessions to people on the call here, whoever's affected, and also Astarians and
Okay.
plant partner students
Yeah,
and
I think you had sent an
stuff.
email and I'd
So
let
yeah, yeah,
forward you over. Yeah, to Val.
yeah, Sam, feel free to, hand out my uh phone number. So